So, Zamri, you're a first-time candidate running for the parliamentary seat in Titiwangsa. This is a unique seat because it's somewhat urban composition of low-income earners, middle income as well as high income. Why do you think that PAS will win this battle for Titiwangsa, given that it's got perceptions of being parti kampung and not representative of urban Malays?
Yeah. Indeed it is, but unfortunately the perception is no longer applicable to PAS. You see, for the past few years, all these professionals have joined PAS, and we have all these government high-rank officers also joined PAS. And what unique about Titiwangsa, because this is the only seat that PAS contending for this election since last 5 elections. But only in 2008, the late Ahmad Zamri won it by a majority of almost 2,000 in this urban seat. And we represent, because since this is the only seat that PAS contending, we represent the Malay voters and Malay Muslim voice in the parliament, and this is very important, especially in the midst of the Kuala Lumpur.
Okay, so 70% voter composition is 70% Malay, 20% exactly. Chinese, 10% Indians. How and why should the 30% of non-Muslims pick PAS?
You see, our slogan is PAS for all.
Okay.
That is all this while. We are against all these racial politics. For us, very simple. PAS and Islamist for all. So we help irregardless the race. For the poor Malays, poor Chinese and poor Indian, we help it. So there is no issue on racial thing. And for your information, one of the main factors Dr. Lok won in 2008 because of the solid support and almost 70 or 80 support from the non-Malays, from the Chinese and the Indians. And the momentum is increasing now. Since we start campaigning early this year and more aggressively this 1 or 2 weeks, the support we receive from the Chinese and the Indians are very, very, very good, because they see that PAS is not what UMNO and BN portray to be. We are very open. We have all types of different background in our parties, and not to mention that we are the only party have our non-Muslim support club. We call it now Dewan Himpunan Penyokong PAS, which represent from the Chinese and the Indian. And this election we fielded two. The president from the Chinese, Mr. Hu Pangchao, in Parliament Ahitam, and Miss Kamuta in one of the dome in Johor. But
Zamri, you cannot deny that there are perceptions of PAS being, certain principles that PAS chooses to follow. I think that also has that non-Muslim voters have a fear that they can also borderline be fundamentalist.
I am not denying that. Perception is everywhere. When you being being as a politician or involved in politics, of course there is perception and all these negative remarks, especially from your enemy. But how do you want to handle it? We have proven what we rule in Kelantan for more than 20 over years. We have ruled in Kedah and quite about 2 years in Perak. Our Menteri Besar Melisa in there. People have seen it. PAS as not as aggressive as they portray. So in certain things we are more tolerant in certain things, because our main philosophy is that we want to be fair to all Malaysians, because although majority is Malay Muslim, but please do not we have to take also into account Chinese. They are a very give a very good contribution to the nation. Indians, everything. That's why I said from the very beginning, our slogan "PAS for all" is actually beyond that, beyond racial issues and everything.
Okay. Well, let's talk about worldly pursuits, right? You, your day job would be, you are a lawyer by training and by profession. To contest in this general elections under a parliamentary seat, you need $200,000, a ringgit, right?
Yeah.
So where's that money coming from?
The unique about PAS is that the members contribute a lot.
So that's coming out of your own pocket?
Some of it, of course, from my saving and everything. But members and so many contributors, they donate and everything. So we
so
just
you get people to contribute to this 200,000.
Yes, because the main thing is that this contribution is not only from the Malays Muslim, also coming from the Chinese, our member Chinese and Indian as well, because they want now they want change. They want a better government, a better leader, so that can represent them for a better living for the nation. So in doing so, they are willing. They donate even as small as 5 ringgit, 10 ringgit. When you you become.
So how does that work? So if you are first time candidate as you are,
Yeah.
do you pass the hat around and everyone just
Not
donates
necessarily,
it?
not necessarily.
Yeah, how does that work?
Of course, some of friends came and then give contribution, and then we collect it from the members as well. Not only during the ceramah, but of course we even before that we go out and ask for the donation and everything, which is legal.
Right.
Ask them for donation for this we call it Dana Pilihan Raya. So they contribute, and of course if you compare with the UMNO leaders, we are far behind in terms of monetary gains and everything, in terms of money. But so far so good.
I guess that's why I'm asking. I'm interested to know where the money is coming from in terms of donation. Who is giving the money to you, and how do you how do you spend that money? Where is that money going? So 200,000, is that enough for a campaign?
It depends because under the law is only 200,000. The deposit also is more than 15,000, and then the campaigning and everything. All in all, I mean, we have a very tight budget.
Right.
We have a very tight budget, but we manage it well, and I should say about more than 50% come from the members. Sometimes they use their own money. They contribute not only in terms of money, their time, their energy. All the volunteers that we appointed is free of charge. We don't pay them any single cent. And like now, the momentum of the people is very towards the change of government. Start from the dissolve of parliament, we receive call almost every day, every time, people asking and to volunteer their service and everything.
So what kind of laws are you passionate in perhaps hopefully creating?
Alright, I have two things. First, as far as Titiwangsa is concerned, one of the main issues, the development of the Kampung Baru issue, and these issues, I should say half of it is development issues and half of it are legal issues.
Right.
So that is why I think my party put me a legal practitioner in Titiwangsa to advise them in the legal issues and everything. That is specifically on this issue Kampung Baru. At the national level, I think we have to reform all this, our judiciary. To reform, this is what we put in our manifesto, to reform these AG chambers, Attorney General chambers, our Suruhanjaya Pencegahan Rasuah, our MACC. And then independence of the judiciary, that is the main thing. And that is what passionate me, being a legal practitioner.
Okay, and this is also in the fight against corruption, right?
Exactly, that is the main thing. That is the main thing. Because I always say to my voters and everything, Malaysians deserve a better government. We are waiting so long. We are waiting more than 50 years. We deserve a better government because we are a rich country. God bless us with so many things. But why? There are still poor, really poor family. Don't even have a house to stay and everything. In the midst of Kuala Lumpur, you just imagine. We are not talking at the rural area. In the urban area, why is it there? When we have so many funds and everything, the allocation is not there. So I blame it on the politician, partly because they are controlling this thing. And that is why I said that this Titiwangsa seat is very important, because this is the only seat that contest in Kuala Lumpur, and of course in the issues of Muslim, in particularly the issue of zakat, the issue of Baitul Mal in Kuala Lumpur. This is an important issue because we have a very huge allocation. But still, you are seeing that, especially Muslim, Malays, very poor. They are just like a beggar. Sorry to say that, but this is the fact. This we need to change. by putting a good leader, free from corruption, a very better government, well managed, so that people will deserve it. That is what my hope.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.